Hey there, folks. Andre the Game Idea Guy here, and they want to make gaming great again. They want to make gaming great again. Elon Musk wants to make gaming great again by opening an AI development studio. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit partial to the idea of taking out the human element of video game development, and that maybe the human part of video game development is what makes it great in the first place. Because people are the ones with the imaginations, not machines. But this is also coming from a person that had to fake their Diablo position and lied to people about getting themselves to endgame and didn't know even the basics of how to play the game very well. So, I mean, I don't know. Am I elitist for not wanting the guy that would rather go ahead and pay someone else to get him to the end of the game than to actually put in the time and effort himself? And before anybody goes ahead, well, he's a very busy man and he's got all this money and all this and stuff that he needs to be able to. No, you don't get to proclaim you are this top tier amazing gamer if you cannot spend the time to play the games yourself. For all of the crap I gave David Jaffe, at least he was actually playing the games. Even if he did horrendous, he was playing the games. Even if his takes were garbage, he was playing the games. I don't care that that Elon doesn't play games the way he says he does. I care that he feels that he has to make up a story about playing games. You want to know why I care about that? Like, there's a very easy reason to figure out why I care about this. For someone that wants to make games great again, as he says, what's to say he won't pump up the numbers of whatever is released from his development studio by purchasing mass loads of the game and, even potentially randomly shipping them out to YouTubers and saying he got sales for his game that he didn't actually get, whether it's good or not. If he's willing to go ahead and be artificial about how he got to where he got in certain games, and he's willing to lie about that and potentially even lie about being one of the top players in Doom, because if I remember correctly, one of the top players in Doom talked about seeing Elon Musk playing, but he was never in the higher ranks. But this is the same guy that said that was it Doom? I may have mixed up games. Maybe it was Quake. But this is the same guy who says that his team lost the tournament because he didn't show up. Or he couldn't get there. Something happened. Or the top guy didn't show up and he was the number 2. Very humble of him not to put himself in first place. Either way, why would I believe this person that clearly has shown that they would rather just pump up how they look versus actually doing the work? Why would I trust him? Why would I want to trust him? Political leanings aside, why would I trust him? Before someone gets into thinking it's about that. It's not about political leanings. It's not about the whole DEI thing, and I'm wanting to burn that down, even though we know that the majority of that doesn't, for what everyone says, the majority of that doesn't benefit those of us of the darker skin community in the way that people think it does. Move all that aside. Because even I've done a video criticizing DEI, but I criticized it for the reasons that people are just trying to, again, do what he would be trying to do, artificially build something up. I don't like the idea of artificially building something up, because then when others get to experience it, by that time you've artificially built it up. It's already sitting there in this place that it doesn't deserve to be. I'm not against the idea of having diverse characters in video games. I'm not against the idea of having diverse stories in video games. I'm just against the idea of having diverse characters with diverse stories in video games that don't portray those characters and stories well. I don't like the idea of having a wheelchair-bound nerd that's sitting in the background just to sit in the background. If you're going to put that person there, give me something to work with, make them interesting, or at least make me care about them in more ways than just, I see this person is in a wheelchair and they're a little nerdy. Him making games great again is going to literally start making games horrible. If this person feels the need to go ahead and lie about how they got to where they got in certain things, then I completely feel it is justified to believe that he has no care, no desire, no want to actually make something great. He just has a desire, a care, a want to fill his pockets any way possible. And I know someone's going to say, but you just said that he probably artificially boosts his sales numbers. How will that fill his pockets? Investors. You can pump up the sales of something with your own money. You don't have to do it outside of what would be profitable for you, mind you. But you can pump up the sales of something fake artificially and end up reaping the benefits of having people invest money into your supposed company that's supposed to be making all these games. Because you think about it, he pumps up the numbers. People heavily invest into his AI studio. Then his AI studio starts cranking out stuff, and because of the false boosted popularity of one or a few other products from said company, now you have people interested, and then that money will start flowing into it. Besides the investors, you also have the consumers paying into it, thinking, oh, I'm going to get something great. I'm going to get some quality stuff, only to turn out it's not as good as they thought it was, and they were misled. Again, there's multiple tiers to this, and you can call me a conspiracy theorist if you wish. I'm just looking at the potential path that this would follow based on the behavior of the person that has made the statement. And if that makes me a conspiracy theorist, watching people and recognizing patterns, then I have been a conspiracy theorist all of my life. Again, I'm not against the idea of him making a studio, but that proclamation I have a major problem with. Because to me, that sounds like somebody who's trying to get their hands in everything that they can get their hands in. And he's just starting off with the AI studio. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be heavily wrong. You could take everything I say with a grain of salt. But I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Let me repeat that again. I don't trust him. And I don't say it to be disparaging. If he, look, let him prove me completely wrong. I would actually be happy if he proved me completely wrong. In fact, I want him to prove me wrong. But I get the feeling that his ego won't allow him to do that. Even if he heard what I said, even if he heard this discussion, chances are he will not prove me wrong. That's what things sit at for me. Again, I gave David Jaffe chaff for his bad takes and his horrible gameplay, but at least we know he actually played the games. At least he actually put the time into it. At least he cared enough to actually do it himself. That's it for me. Thank you guys very much for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, please enjoy your games and peace out, everybody.